Sorry, I had a drink. I remember, it was so muddy because, I had always, it's so weird because I had always said, oh, I would marry, like, Scarlett Johansson and I'd marry, like, Carl Urban. And, like, to me, in my brain, right? You know, I'm a kid, right? So, like, you know, I'm under the age of 13, under the age of 15, you know, and I'm doing this. Okay, so let me read this quest real quick. Okay. Um, that's right. I have to hold. I have to hold. Um, I remember, like, I said that stuff all the time. And it's so interesting because I told a few trusted family members, right? And they were like, some of them were like, oh my god, I didn't know. And then some were like, I knew. You know, and when I told friends, some friends were shocked, but then other friends were like, you literally were like calling, you know, having a harem. I think that's kind of non sequitur, and I was like, yeah, that's, you know, that's kind of true, right? Um, but I remember that. Oh, oh, do I have to keep digging it until it's gone? Okay, let's do that. Oh, okay, so that's done. But yeah, I remember I looked it up because I didn't know what the word was, right? Because I was like, I know there's something different about me that is not quote unquote normal. Like, because I had a bunch of friends who were like, oh my god, boys, you know, boys. And I'm like, both? Possibly? Like, both. And, to me, that was normal. Um, I remember though at the time I didn't mention the other because I had a friend who we are not friends anymore, just due to life and stuff. But we were friends for about 10 plus years, and unfortunately life just got in the way and things happened and we're not friends anymore. I do wish them all the best, all the well. Um, if they ever need a thing to talk to me. But when we were younger, they were a hardcore Christian, like hardcore. And I remember when I was looking up, you know, the identity I was trying to, you know, accumulate and stuff, and have. I remember being afraid because I was like, they're not gonna accept me because I was like, you know, they preach about, you know, the Bible and stuff like that, and I was afraid, and I did not come out to them first. I think I came out to them like second or third. Um, and I say come out to them because I was part of a RP community um, at the time, and so everyone there knew because I'd come out and I was like, hey, I think I'm this, you know, like it's really nice to figure out like what I am, you know what I mean? Um, and so I remember I told my best friend Maddie first, and then I told everyone else, um, and everything like that, and then I just kind of existed. But before I just kind of existed, I remember, and this is, if you don't know who she is, or if you only know her for her like conservative things now, um, you probably won't recognize pick up stone, pick up wild spring greens. I feel like, am I not picking up stone? Where is stone actually? I forgot the basics of this quest. Um, no, and her name is Ariel? Ariel? I don't know what her last name is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I cannot remember, for the life of me. Um, and what is wild spring greens? What are those? Is this not it? Did I not? That's okay. So that's plant fibers. Am I not doing? Oh boy. Sorry, I'm gonna get back to my topic. Which probably, like, very, did we, okay, so, where is, oh, okay, that's right, alright, so, what is Wild Spring? So, when I was discovering all this stuff, and I'm talking, like, what is this? Oh! That's what, okay, I know what I'm looking for now. Her name was Ariel, and she is a very, now, I don't know then, I cannot speak to then, but I know now she's a high-key, like, bigoted, lesbian, conservative. She's also white, if I remember correctly. Look at the mirror, she's so nice. But, I remember looking them up, and I was like, oh my god, like, maybe I'm a lesbian, you know, maybe, like, you know, whatever, and I'm, you know, going through the gender identity, and then I figured out what I was, sexually, at least. I had not gone to the she-they. That was 20s. Later, like, 18, 19, 20s. But, I remember watching her stuff, and I remember I was, you know, newbie gay, like, just figure out shit, right? And I come across this video. Let me read this quest, because what, I'm about to get some real shit. Cottage construction. Now that you have a house, you can dig it however you want. Craft and place a roof so your home. Craft, how do I fucking craft? How am I gonna craft? Alright, okay. How am I supposed to craft this? Alright, so we're gonna do this. Hold on. There we go. Oh, multiplayer. What's this? Oh, do I have access to this? Oh, I have to complete it. That makes sense. So, if you were... There's a lot of shit going on around this YouTube time. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember. I'm just gonna keep going down. So that all the red is gone. But if anyone remembers, this video, she probably, I don't think she deleted it. I don't think she did. She probably has it up as a way to be. Ariel is very biphobic. And when you are someone who, I was 13, 14, and what I found was very disheartening, because I watched a video of a variety of lesbians, who I think are fucking bigoted. I'm gonna let you know, every one of those motherfuckers in that video are bigoted as hell. And the majority of them were white women, if I remember correctly. But they were bigoted as hell. I don't understand biphobia. I'm gonna let you know, I don't understand it. Because it's like, they also like you. I also don't understand panphobia. Like, motherfucker, like, what are you talking about? You know, like, fine, if you don't want to, like, if they're dating you, they're dating you. Like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, unless you're strictly gay, you know, when you only date people who identify as men, or only date people who identify as women, but also you'll date binary people. Like, I don't know. What was I trying to say? I mean, I don't even, like, if you're gay and you won't date someone who's non-binary, I think you're bigoted too. I'm just gonna say it. Like, you know, like, I don't. I was gonna say unless, but I was like, no, wait, that's still bigoted. That's still bigoted. because I feel like if you are gay and you're like, I don't want to date a non-binary person, that doesn't make you less gay. I do want to tell people, are you dating someone who is non-binary does not make you, like, you can be gay and still date some. It's the fucking transphobia. Because I don't even know what I was trying to say too. But I remember I was watching the video, right? And, I remember that was such a dark day for me. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't like it. I don't like thinking about it, I don't like talking about it, but, you know, I like to open the discussion because I feel like there's not enough of it. We have so many creators who identify with what the sex they were born with, and there's not a lot of non-binary creators that are in the focal point, I would say. There probably is more that's under the focal point, but in terms of focal point, there's very few non-binary creators who are out, you know, in terms of the YouTube space, I would say, in the Twitch space. And I remember watching it, and I remember, because before that video, I was very happy, because I was like, finally, I found who I am, I found who I contract to, I found a label, I found this, right? And even though I had found a label, I still didn't like people telling me what my sexuality was. I don't know if that's an authority issue, I don't know if I just hate being told what to do in terms of who I am. But I remember, I was very hopeful before I had, watched it, and I remember afterwards hearing the vile things being said by bisexuals. I was very mad. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I wasn't. I was very, I could not for the life of me understand why someone who was in a similar position, let's say, as I was, who is different, could hate me so. To me, that seemed like a very, hold on, tools and crafting. I need to go back. Nets and rods, crafting stations. Okay, what do I need for beach log undiscovered? Okay. Oh shoot, that's not what I need to, alright, here we go. Construction. This is so much more organized than I remember it being. Okay. So, back to what I'm talking about. So, I remember, feeling very discouraged, because here I was, who was pouring her little baby by heart, you know, fully trusting a community, right? Because I had heard it's a community, you know, we don't judge each other, we don't discriminate, we don't, like, it's a very welcoming. And I learned firsthand that it was not. I learned that there will be people who will debate what I am, who I am, how I exist. I learned that if I were to date someone who is a lesbian and is in there, they could shun me and be very mad at me and not like me at all. And that, to me, as someone who had a very time trusting, and still do, and as someone who kind of blindly trusted and thought I had a safe space. That was devastating for me. I think I cried for a full hour and possibly more. Who the fuck is this?